Hare Krishna. I welcome all the devotees for today's Bhakti Shastri class. Let us start the class with the Mangalacharan. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. In the last class we have done with the fourth text, that is Priti Lakshana, 6 kinds of exchanges. Dadati, Pratigrahanati, Guhyamakhyati Prichati, Bhumte Bhojete Chaiva, Shadvida, Priti Lakshana. These Priti Lakshana are the exchanges for expressing the love should be done with what kind of devotees, or what is the right person for these 6 kinds of exchanges will be studied in this present text, that is text number 5, and how we should see such people, those great devotees who are pure devotees of the Lord, how we should accept them, or how we have to understand them. That is explained in the 6th text. So those 2 are the lessons for today, text number 5 and 6. So let us start with the present today's lesson. Shri Radha Govind ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Upadeshamrita, nectar of instruction. In the last class, we have studied the experience of Shadvida Priti Lakshana amongst devotees and discussed overcoming challenges faced in applying them. And Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, what is the relevance? And then qualification required to utilize contributions. A person who is accepting the contributions for the service of the Lord should be used only for the service of the Lord. It should not be used for personal gain or personal enjoyment. Spending at least 50% of one's income on the service of the Lord. All these points we have discussed in the last session. Today, continuing to the 4th session, that is text number 5 and 6. What is the attitude towards devotees? How we should see the devotees? With what attitude? The text number 5 says like this: Krishne tiyasya giritam manasadriyeta dikshasti chet pranatibhishcha bhajantamisham shushrushaya bhajana vijnamananyamanya Ninda Dishunya Hridam Ipsita Sangalabhya. Translation: one should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of the Lord Krishna. One should offer humble obeisances to the devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation, that is Diksha, and is engaged in worshipping the deity and one should associate with and faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of the propensity to criticize others. So this is the text which will explain about three types of devotees, that is Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari and Kanishtadhikari. We have studied this earlier also. Now here you can see there are three ways we can show respect to another devotee. For a Kanishtadhikari, how we have to show the offering, that is in the mind itself, we have to show the respect. And for a Madhyamadhikari, one should bow down, completely bow down to the Madhyamadhikari. And for the Uttamadhikari, one must completely surrender himself and take the association for advancing in the Krishna consciousness. Association of such pure devotee can easily make a person to eligible for obtaining Krishna consciousness, to advance in the Krishna conscious activities. Even though the person is doesn't have personal qualification, but if he is faithfully serving the Uttamadhikari, if he is so fortunate to get the association of that Uttamadhikari, then his life will be successful. And who is that Uttamadhikari? The one who is having undeviated devotion to Krishna and whose heart is completely free from propensity for criticizing others. That is the quality of a Uttamadhikari. A Uttamadhikari doesn't see or doesn't discriminate among anybody. They will accept everyone as the devotees of the Lord, and everywhere they see the Lord himself. That is the nature of a Uttamadhikari. If you are seeing in the translation, now how this Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttama are categorized, they are categorized based on the Shraddha. Our devotion to Lord Krishna, it begins with the Shraddha. Shraddha means it's a faith. How strong is our faith will decide where am I situated in Krishna consciousness. Now, in the beginning, it is the Kaumala Shraddha, or it's very weak faith which we have in the beginning of Krishna consciousness. And as we go on increasing our devotional service, we advance in our spiritual life, then our faith becomes more and more stronger. And one who is chanting the holy name of the Lord, one who is faithfully worshipping the deity, one who is paying obeisances to the Lord, he is considered here as the Kanishtadhikari. That means he has the faith in the holy name, he is chanting the holy name of the Lord, and he is able to see the Lord, the Archa Vigraha, he has the respect. That kind of devotee, he is a neophyte devotee because he sees the Lord only in the deity form of the Lord. But he is not able to realize that the Lord is present in devotees also, or he doesn't know the proper dealing with the devotees of the Lord. This is not intentionally done by the devotee, it is by nature. Anybody, if we see a person who has come newly to the Krishna consciousness movement, they will be very much respectful to the deities, but when they deal with the devotees, they'll have always fighting, or they find difficulty in working with them. So such kind of problems will arise. This is because it is they are called as Kanishta Adhikari. And Kanishta Adhikari's faith is very weak, and anybody can confuse them. If somebody asks some question, they may not be able to answer why they are chanting every day 16 rounds, or why they are practicing this Krishna consciousness, why to follow 4 regulative principles. The person may not be very easily able to answer these questions. That is a Kanishta Adhikari. Now, as a person goes on in Krishna consciousness, when he gets the association of devotees and when he gets some realizations, then he will understand that the Lord is present not only in the deity form of the Lord is also present in everyone's heart. And my advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on how good am I with the other devotees, because Krishna gives the key for advancing in Krishna consciousness in the hands of devotees. So as we take the association of these devotees, then we can advance in Krishna consciousness. The Madhyamadhikari has the discriminative power and his faith is strong. So he can preach. He can preach to the other people because he has understood the Shastra. Even though it is said Madhyamadhikari is still not come to the perfection of understanding the Shastra completely, but he is going to preach whatever the glory of the Lord. So whoever interested or whoever is taking the endeavor for preaching the glory of the Lord to everyone, everywhere, he is a Madhyamadhikari. These Madhyamadhikari, they have 4 kinds of features. They have 4 qualities, that is Ishwareshu, Tadadineshu, Balisheshu, Dvishashtucha, Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha, Ya Karoti, Sa Madhyama. So what does it say? This shloka is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 2nd chapter, text number 46. 11 to 46. So there are 4 types of dealings. Ishwara, that is for the Lord, the Madhyamadhikari, he will pay completely obeisances. That is, he has the prema for the Lord. He has the love for the Lord. And Dadadineshu means the devotees of the Lord. He makes maitri, friendship with the devotees of the Lord. And kripa. Kripa means the mercy. It is for the Balisheshu, one who is very beginner in Krishna consciousness or one who is ignorant. For them, he will show the mercy or kripa. And Dvishaschu, one who is against the principles of devotional service, he will just upeksha, just neglect them. Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. These are the 4 types of dealings of a Madhyamadhikari. Now coming to Uttamadhikari, a Uttamadhikari, just by his presence, he can make the whole world into Krishna consciousness. And these Uttamadhikaris are the devotees who are giving the initiation and who can bless the devotees such that they all can come to Krishna consciousness. But Uttamadhikari doesn't have this discrimination. Rather, they find everyone as devotees. They feel that everyone except me is a devotee. This is not an artificial understanding. This is they actually feel like that because in front of the Lord, a pure devotee, he feels that I am very, very, very small. I am a dust. I'm a dust in your lotus feet. Ai nanda tanuja kinkaram mam patitam mam vishame bhavambadav kripaya tava pada pankaja stitadhuli sadrisham vichintaya. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays to Krishna. So I am the most fallen. Please keep me as a dust at your lotus feet. That is the feeling a pure devotee or a Uttamadhikari has. Now, this kind of Uttamadhikari, for them, we can have the 6 kinds of dealings that we had in the previous lesson. What are the 6 kinds of dealings? Anybody would like to read? They can raise their hand. Shri Hari Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
In order to intelligently apply the 6-fold loving reciprocations mentioned in the previous verse, one must select proper persons with careful discrimination. Srila Rupa Goswami therefore advises that we should meet with the Vaishnavas in an appropriate way according to their particular status In this verse, he tells us how to deal with three types of devotees: the Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Uttamadhikari. Sri Updeshamrit, text 5, purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So one must choose the pure devotee or Uttamadhikari as his spiritual master. This is the definition for Kanishtadhikari. Krishneti yasya giritam manasadriyeta. Giri means in the words or speech, manasa means by the mind, and adriyeta, one must honor. These are the three types. Kanishtadhikari, Radhavallavi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Bhakti. Pranams to all devotees. Kanishka Adhikari, one of our friends, a famous English musician, has become attracted to chanting the holy names of Krishna. We offer respects to him without reservation, for we are actually seeing that this gentleman is advanced gradually in Krishna consciousness. Such a person should be shown respect. Sri Upadesha Amrit, text 5, purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare.
So this is talking about George Harrison, who was chanting the holy name, that is Hare Krishna Mahamantra, through his the release of audio, the audio files. So in that he used to chant and sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra so that everyone could hear. He had a lot of people were his fan, and through him they all got the opportunity to hear about Krishna's name. So Prabhupada is not taking his name, but he is telling this famous English musician, he is spreading the holy name of the Lord everywhere. Sureshwar Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Kanishta Adhikari. Even in his records, he has several times mentioned the holy name of Krishna. At his home, he offers respect to pictures of Krishna and also to the preachers of Krishna consciousness. In all regards, he has a very high estimation for Krishna's names and Krishna's activities. Sri Upadeshamrita, text 5, purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Sarita Kapoor Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. Kanishta Adhikari, the conclusion is that anyone who is trying to advance in Krishna consciousness by regularly chanting the holy name should always be respected by Vaishnavas. Shri Updeshamrit, text 5, purport. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is the example for a Kanishtadhikari. Here you can see the devotees are happily singing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given the definition for Kanishtadhikari. Prabhu kahe yanra mukhe suni ekabara Krishna nama ye pujya shreshta sabakara. If one hears a person say even once the word Krishna, that person should be accepted as the best man out of the common group. So among those people who are who have not taken to Krishna consciousness, the one who has taken Krishna's name at least once in his mouth, he is better than them. That is Kanishtadhikari. Atreva yanre mukhe eva Krishna nama seiva Vaishnava katha tanra sammana. One who is interested in chanting the holy name of the Lord Krishna, or who by practice likes to chant Krishna's names, should be accepted as a Vaishnava and offered respects as such, and at least within one's mind. So these are some of the examples for Kanishtadhikari. And even in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 2nd chapter, 47th sloka, that is the next sloka, it is given. Archameva haraye pujyam ya shraddhaya rahate natad bhakteshu chanyeshu sa bhakta prakrita smritaha. Here the word prakrita is used for Kanishtadhikari. Faithfully worships the deity in the temple, and he can't believe properly with the behave properly with the devotees and others. And such a devotee is called as a Prakrita Bhakta. So this is another definition for Kanishtadhikari from Srimad Bhagavatam as well as from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Next, moving to the definition of Madhyamadhikari. Dikshasti chet pranatibhishcha bhajantamisham. One who has got initiation and pranatibhi by obeisances. We have to offer them obeisances to show the respect. Bhajantam, that is, he is always engaged in the devotional service of Lord Shri Krishna, Isham. One should offer humble obeisances to the devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation, that is, Diksha, and is engaged in worshipping the deity. This is the shloka which we just now saw. Ishware tadadineshu palisheshu dvishashchucha prema maitri kripa upeksha yakaroti sa madhyama. Jayanti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The Madhyama Adhikari is a devotee who worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the highest object of love, makes friends with the Lord's devotees, is merciful to the ignorant, and avoids those who are envious by nature. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.46. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So there are 4 things here: Prema, Maitri, Kripa, and Upeksha. Prema, that is worshipping the Lord. Maitri, friendship with the devotees. Kripa, merciful to ignorant people. And Upeksha, avoiding the envious people. Now, what is the difference between Madhyamadhikari and Kanishtadhikari? This is the shloka which we have just now seen. Here we can see Natad Bhakteshu Chanyeshu. This is the one which makes the Kanishtadhikari. Does not know how to behave toward devotees or people in general. This is very, very important point. It is not very difficult to behave well in front of the Lord, because we just have to pay obeisances to the Lord, and we can engage in the kirtan of the Lord. But the real test comes when we are dealing with the devotees. How to deal with the devotees? Because devotees means there will be so many services. Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. When there is Sadhu Sangha, there is Bhajana Kriya. And when we are performing services along with the devotees, then if we have any anartha within us, then those anarthas gets destroyed. So in that course, the person will be able to understand what he is and how much anartha is there within, and all these things. When it happens, we can observe the person, how well he is able to behave with the devotees. So how good he is in serving the Lord along with the other devotees will decide what is his position. So it is very, very important to have good relation with the devotees, or serve the Lord in the association of the devotees, because of which we can advance in Krishna consciousness. Even though we chant the holy name of the Lord, read the Krishna consciousness literature, the Prabhupada books, all these things, but still, unless we associate with the devotees, we will not be able to advance, because our advancement will not be complete, or we will not get the enthusiasm for advancing in Krishna consciousness. If we do the bhajan alone, sitting in one place without having any association, then there is a chance of fall down. But when we are in the association of the devotees, then these devotees will protect our devotion, and they will help us to overcome all kinds of anarthas, because of which we can advance in Krishna consciousness. So that makes the difference, Kanishta and Madhyamadhikari. Now the definition for Uttamadhikari.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I'm not able to hear you.
Yeah, we are also not audible, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, you're not audible.
Maybe power cut.
He's frozen. He's frozen.
Oh, I think internet issue. He got disconnected.
Yeah, that's what. He was frozen. He was through, doctor. जो हिलते नहीं उसको हम frozen बोलते हैं. Because paralyzed is the wrong word, no? The net.
Yes.
Digitally
Freezing.
paralyzed.
It's a freeze.
His video got frozen.
Please see where is he. I have become the host default. नहीं आए ना अभी तक?
Today we
no,
conduct
he's not here.
Radiyatra in Dubai.
Okay, can we, till Prabhuji comes,
Hare Krishna.
Rakshita Mataji, we can.
No, he'll join. 2 minutes he'll be here.
No. I wanted to take an advantage of this couple of minutes.
Tell me. We can start. You can start about it.
Yeah, we wanted to put that, that
2 videos, right?
2 videos. One, yeah. Go ahead, Sir Rakshita Mataji.
Yeah, as all of you are being informed, 2 videos. One video is for the song and one video is for gratitude. Speaking 2 lines, speaking something about Prabhuji. And we will be giving you what bit to sing from that song, like by noon today. I have consolidated the names. I will be sharing with Radha Mataji and she will be assigning the bits. And then, so we are expecting a video from 2 videos from your side by maximum Wednesday EOD, so that Sarita Mataji can compile it and make it into one.
I'm seeing only 14 people. Deepa Mataji, Deepa Rani Mataji, Deepti Mataji, Dhanvantri Prabhu, Murlidharan Prabhu, Sarita Kapoor
16 are there. Sri Hari Priya has a device. No, she removed the
Priya
device.
Mataji have written.
No, I think we are 18. Excluding Prabhuji, I think we are 18.
17 because Sri Hari Priya has a device also online.
Maybe
2.
some person is absent because someday in the attendance sheet I saw 18 people.
I see 14
Yeah,
names.
that's right. Many
He's
times we
here.
have seen 18, 19.
This is attendance now is 16. I'm telling you, no, because Sri Hari Priya ji has a device also.
Jayanti Mataji, Madhuri Mataji. Okay.
Prabhuji has come.
Yeah.
कहाँ है जल्दी बोलो मुझे. I have to make him host now.
Yeah, just search with his name probably.
Hare Krishna. I'm sorry because of the internet.
Prabhuji, 1 minute. Make host, yeah. You're the host, Prabhuji.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, we are discussing about Uttamadhikari's qualities. So with the association of the Uttamadhikari, a person can advance in Krishna consciousness, and one should desire for such association. And the previous 6 kinds of exchanges, Priti Lakshana, it has to be done with the Uttamadhikari. Now, what are the qualities? He is advanced in the undeviated devotional service. advanced in undeviated devotional service, and whose heart is completely devoid of the propensity to criticize others. These are the two important points. And such devotee, one should associate with them and faithfully serve them. Yeah, Muralidhar Prabhu, you can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Uttama Adhikari, when a person realizes himself to be an eternal servitor of Krishna, he loses interest in everything but Krishna's service. Always thinking of Krishna, devising means by which to spread the holy name of Krishna, he understands that his only business is in spreading the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Anything to be continued?
You can continue.
Continue this?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, such a person is to be recognized as an Uttamadhikari, and his association should be immediately accepted. Indeed, the advanced Uttamadhikari Vaishnava devotee should be accepted as a spiritual master. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Sri Upadesha Amrita.
Sarita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, it has not moved the slide.
No, this is the next slide.
Yeah.
Bhakti Vinod.
Okay, it's coming.
Yeah.
Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakura has given some practical hints to the effect that an Uttamadhikari Vaishnava can be recognized by his ability to bring many fallen souls to Vaishnavism. Sri Upadeshamrita text 5 purport.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
So this is the another quality of Uttamadhikari. He can bring many fallen souls to Krishna consciousness. So only interest in Krishna service, realized eternal servitor of Krishna, and always thinking of Krishna and devising means to spread the holy name of the Lord, and only business spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. And he has the ability to bring many fallen souls to Vaishnavism or to the lotus feet of the Lord. So these are the qualities of a Uttamadhikari. Deepti Mataji.
Krishna Prabhuji Dandat Pranam. One should not become a spiritual master, Uttamadhikari. One should not become a spiritual master unless he has attained the platform of Uttamadhikari. A neophyte Vaishnava or a Vaishnav situated on the intermediate platform can also accept disciples, but such disciples must be on the same platform. And it should be understood that they cannot advance very well toward the ultimate goal of life under his insufficient guidance. Therefore, a disciple should be careful to accept an Uttamadhikari as a spiritual master. Sri Updeshamrit text 5 purport. Sri Prabhupada Ji ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So when we accept a spiritual master, he should be a Uttamadhikari. And a Madhyamadhikari cannot imitate as a spiritual master. And if we are taking a Madhyamadhikari as the spiritual master, then our advancement of spirituality will be limited within that itself. It will not grow beyond that. That is what Prabhupada is explaining here. Anybody else would like to read? Sayata Kapoor Mataji.
Bhakti yoga is the proper activity of the soul, and when one actually engages in unalloyed, uncontaminated devotional service, he is already liberated. Sa gunan samati yaitan. Bhagavad Gita 14.26. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So that is all about fifth text. Next, continuing to the text number 6. Drishtai svabhavajanitai vapushascha doshair na prakritattvamiha bhakta janasya pashyet gangham vasamna khalu budbudafena pankair brahmadravatvam apagacchati niradharmai. Shri Priya Mataji, you can read translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Text 6. Being situated in this original Krishna consciousness position, a pure devotee does not identify with the body. Such a devotee should not be seen from a materialistic point of view. Indeed, one should overlook a devotee having a body born in a low family, a body with bad complexion, a deformed body, or a diseased or infirm body. According to ordinary vision, such imperfections may seem prominent in the body of a pure devotee, but despite such seeming defects, the body of a pure devotee cannot be polluted. It is exactly like the waters of Ganges, which sometimes during the rainy season are full of bubbles, foam, and mud. The Ganges water do not become polluted. Those who are advanced in spiritual understanding will bathe in the Ganges without considering the condition of the water. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, ma'am. So this is speaking about the spiritual master or Uttamadhikari, the pure devotee of the Lord, how we should understand such devotees, how we should look at them. We should not look at the pure devotee of the Lord with a material vision. Materially, there may be some imperfections that is visible, but they are perfect in the desire for serving Krishna. A pure devotee is always perfect in his dealings. What does it mean? It does not mean that his material activities will be perfect. So just for example, we can see when Prabhupada quotes some shloka, Tyaktva deham punarjanmaneti mameti so Arjuna. That is the exact shloka. Sometimes Prabhupada says mameti so Pandava. So instead of saying Arjuna, he says Pandava. So it is not exactly same what is there in Bhagavad Gita, but the meaning is the same. So what is perfection of a pure devotee? It is his desire. The conditioned soul, he has many desires. He may be very perfect in his dealings, but the desire or the intention with which he is acting may not be serving Krishna, or it may have some other motives. But a pure devotee, whatever activity he does, it is all for the pleasure of the Lord. So in that, the desire for serving Krishna, he is perfect. So that is the perfection of a pure devotee. In such devotees, if we find any bodily defects, they should not be seen as a defect. It should be overlooked, and either it may be a bodily defect or the birth in which the family in which they have taken the birth, or the material vision, or some accidental mistakes that might have happened. And we should not envy their exalted position, and we should not criticize them. And it is not our duty to advise them or correct them, and we should not take any disciplinary action on them. So they are the pure devotees of the Lord. The pure devotees are not falling down. They are not coming here because of their karma. They will be sent by the Lord himself for the deliverance of fallen conditioned soul. So such devotees should be accepted as, they should be respected as Lord Krishna himself, the Guru and Guru Sadhu Shastra. There is no difference. Sureshwar Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Krishna's devotees is not subjected to material condition, even though his bodily features may appear materially conditioned. One should therefore not see a pure devotee from a materialistic point of view. Shri Updeshamrita, text 6, purport, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Now here we have an activity, ways in which ISKCON devotees may view each other from a materialistic point of view. So what are the some consequences, situations where we look at the devotees as with a materialistic point of view? With reference to pages 63-64 of Nectar of Instruction, discuss the consequences of viewing devotees from a materialistic point of view, ways such viewing can be avoided. So these are the two questions. What are the different consequences where the devotees are seen with the materialistic point of view, and how to avoid such vision by understanding the proper by having the proper understanding. So these are the two questions. If you have any doubts about the activity, you can raise your hand. There are very few points that we can discuss in this.
Prabhuji, the first part of question. Once again, please show that slide.
Yeah, that this is the exercise, Mataji. That was just ways in which ISKCON devotees may view each other from a materialistic point of view. It is same continuation. The same point is repeated here. It is not a separate question. So here is the group activity. Consequences of viewing devotees from a materialistic point of view and ways such viewing can be avoided. So if everything is okay, then we'll make 3 groups so that minimum 5 people will be there in one group. Is it okay, Muralidhar Prabhu?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So you have 5 minutes for discussion, 2 minutes for presentation. Yeah, time starts now.
Krishna Chaitanya Krishna Pada Bhavana Dalita Abhasitan Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Krishna Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Ram. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna. I welcome back to the discussion once again. Radhavallavi Mataji, you can start.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So what, what are the consequences of a person who looks into the body defects of a Vaishnava? He is committing offense against the lotus feet of the Vaishnava. Why? Because the Vaishnava has been serving the Lord transcendentally and he is in deep meditation for the Lord. And this offense, by looking into the external deformities or whatever he is saying, criticizing him or thinking him as an ordinary person, they are called as Vaishnava Aparadha. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls it, describes it as a hathi mata. We are trying to create a disaster, especially when entering a trimmed garden. And also be careful committing such offenses against the Vaishnava. And we should not try to even, correct them or give them advice, because they have seen the truth, as we say in verse 434, Tatvidi Pranipatena, because the Guru has seen the truth and he knows what is best. So he understands and he has been in the, he is in that Shuddha Tattva state, and we should not try to criticize him or be jealous of him. These are some of the things, and the Vaishnava is also, he is situated in that spiritual realm. And Rupa Goswami also says that, he has advised that we should accept whatever the spiritual master that Shuddha Vaishnava is talking about, and we should submissively accept whatever he is saying. Hare Krishna. Others can add. We had Sri Haripriya Mataji, Deepti Mataji, Rakshita Mataji, Madhvi Mataji, and Sri Priya Sampat Mataji in the group. Please add.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I would like to add one point, that many times in practical life, we see that some senior Vaishnavas, they are empowered and they have some powers to organize and do things properly and maintain. So what happens is, we generally who are at the lowest level, we think that they are just trying to discipline everybody and they are trying to centralize the power in their hands and use it against us, or trying to monitor us, minute monitoring they are trying to do to us. But that's a Vaishnava Aparadha, because they are empowered. They are in that position, in a senior devotee's position, because they are empowered by Lord Shri Krishna himself. So they have they are blessed to serve him in a senior position as a senior devotee. And we fail as the material conditioned souls to understand their position, and we think that they are trying to centralize power, control us, monitor our sadhana, or try to put us under restrictions, and they themselves are not following that, because they are freely moving about and they are trying to organize and do. From the materialistic level, it appears that they are trying to manage things and trying to put impositions on us, which is not the actual case, because they are at spiritual level and everything which they are doing is only for Krishna's pleasing and pleasing his senses. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Actually, in my group, Sarita Kapoor Mataji and Pradosh Prabhu and Giridhar Gopal Prabhuji. We four of us were together. And if I miss something, they will be just adding it. So here we will just first of all see that we were talking about that American Goswami. So that Goswami is a term which is coming from a particular lineage. In the case, you can say there is a caste Goswami, and those who are born in that particular family is known as Goswamis alone. But true to speak, that is not the way. According to that Goswami concept, it is like that. Those who are born in Nityananda family or Advaita family, the entire descendants are known as Goswamis. But the real Goswamis are the control or the master of senses. So they can be anybody, even from the lowermost caste or creed. They can also become a Goswami. So that is the first thing we have to understand. If we don't understand that, and we will just envy of such kind of exalted devotees, we are just doing Vaishnava Aparadh. Then coming to the next one, all these exalted devotees are considered as Paramahamsas because they are free from all envies. They are not envious of anything. So since when you are in the Kanishta stage, we will look at the devotees with a material eye. We will just see that the one who is standing near the altar is much more important than the person who is doing some mala or something, some other activity, or selling the book or something. But in front of Lord, everything is a devotional service. So every devotee should be given equal importance because all of them are very dear to Krishna because they all are engaged in the devotional service of Lord Krishna. Now, as Radha Vallabhi Mataji said, means we are not supposed to commit any Vaishnava offense. It is just like an elephant entering into a garden, which will be destroying the whole thing. So whatever bhakti we have accumulated, the whole thing will be destroyed, or we will be falling down to such kind of a hell from where the escape is very difficult. Now coming to the this one, mostly all those who are into preaching, they all are considered as Mahabhagavata because they have the knowledge. And with our limited knowledge, we should not criticize them. So when we are doing that, we are committing mistakes. So those people may be forgiving us, but at the same time, they are regretting that these people are committing mistakes because as such, with our material knowledge, we cannot understand what is there on the spiritual platform. So in our understanding, we can think that if you don't know about the subject, better keep quiet, don't talk anything about it. Or if at all we are talking, we should understand that they all are the servants of Lord Krishna, and we all are coming under their category. So their position should not be taken to our level. Hare Krishna. If anything I forgot, please others, please may contribute.
Wonderfully explained, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Basically, what we discussed was, the question was like ways in which ISKCON devotees may view each other from a materialistic point of view. So we only discussed like how we may commit mistakes with the co-devotees or like other devotees who are on the maybe equal platform or maybe senior to us. So we are not to judge them because Krishna has accepted their service and they are doing as per the guidance from the spiritual master. And we have to, how we can avoid mistake is like to see them that they are in the service of Lord. And we don't want ourselves to commit any offense, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, even if one time if somebody is chanted the holy name of the Lord, he should be considered a Vaishnava. So we should not be wanting to commit the Vaishnava Aparadh by commenting on them, because many times it may look like by the outer appearance also, just with one incident, if we have some bad experience with any of the devotee, it's a usual behavior because it has been there for us from many lives, and we immediately judge them by having some experience or some bitter experience. But then we have to see their how much sadhana they have done, or they have been doing, or may not be, not everybody express also. They would be really very much devoted to Lord Krishna. So I think we should try to avoid commenting on that. If anything is there also, we can only escalate to somebody senior or anything, but we are not supposed to comment on them. So we had a few more people in our group, maybe they can add some more points. Muralidharan Prabhuji, Jayanti Mataji, Kripa Shankar Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Please raise your hand. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank
You have explained all, Mataji.
you. Okay, Kiruba Shankar Prabhuji has something. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Simple thing is, there is a proverb that don't judge the book based on the cover. So always we may feel or find some anomalies with the co-devotees or even with the senior devotees. Because initial stages and all, they observe us, they comment us, they give a lot of corrective steps, rules and regulations like that. That time we may be feeling little bit hurt That is because for spiritually we are coming for peace of mind. But these rules and regulations actually stress us. So we may feel that uncomfortable with that in the initial stages. So later only we get the nectar and the taste and surrendering to the lotus feet of Krishna and chanting the holy names, the benefits and the consequences. It will take time actually to realize these things. So during those initial stages, we may feel some difficulties and all, which we have to overcome. That's what I do also faced. And another thing is how far we are able to in the position to contribute. After learning all these things, after gaining this much wisdom and spiritual enlightenment, are we in a position to capable to contribute to the movement and to the services without any reluctance, without any hesitations for the sevas? So that we should touch ourselves in our conscience where we stand and where we can come up with that for the beneficial of the society and for our Krishna consciousness movement. This is what I felt, Prabhuji. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Muralidhar Prabhu.
Yeah, I had only one realization that all service begins with the tongue, chanting the holy name and having Krishna Prasada. These are the two simple things that as neophytes, I would consider myself, look to follow and ensure that whatever the status of the devotee who is speaking about Krishna or chanting the name or providing Krishna Prasada, I take him at highest value, understanding that whatever stage he is in, I have no authority to judge his level of faith or shraddha or consciousness that he is using, and be humble in accepting that the spoken word that you also understand or the chanting that you do is also something that you can contribute to the general Krishna consciousness among your friends and other devotees. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Anybody else would like to add? Jayanti Mataji.
Only one thing I have to tell Prabhuji. Whenever we are getting into the materialistic view, we can't judge anyone. They, when we are seeing, they may be very, we can't even tell them that they are devotees. But actually, if we are seeing they are devotees, they may be dressed indifferently, but they may be devotees. So we should be very careful while handling the devotees. We should not tell anything that they are like this, so they are not devotees. That only I can submit my view. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Now let us have Kirtan. Who is going to do Kirtan?
Deepti Mataji will be doing.
Okay. Deepti Mataji, please. I'll make you co-host.
Sure, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Done.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, do I need to share the screen?
Yes, Mataji.
I'm just doing that. Prabhuji, is my screen visible?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Because I have just put the lyrics, so I hope everyone is able to view it now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Prabhuji. Share. Sorry, Prabhuji, I'm just struggling with this. So, okay. Yes, Prabhuji. So this is Chaura Ashtakam by Bilvu Mangal Thakur. And since Adhik Maas is going on, so we would like to conduct this Chaura Ashtakam prayer today, Prabhuji. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Praji Prasidham Navinita Chauram Kupangananam Chadukul Chauram Vraji Prasidham नवनीत चौरम गोपांगनानां च दुकूल चौरम अनेक जन्मार्जित पाप चौरम चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि अनेक जन्मार्जित पाप चौरम चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि व्रजे प्रसिद्धं नवनीत चौरम गोपांगनानां च दुकूल चौरम श्रीराधिकाया हृदयस्य चौरम नवाम्बुद श्यामला कान्ति चौरम श्रीराधिकाया हृदयस्य चौरम नवाम्बुद श्यामला कान्ति चौरम पदाश्रितानां च समस्त चौरम चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि पदाश्रितानां च समस्त चौरम चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि अकिञ्चनीकृत्य वदाश्रितं यः करोति भिक्षुं पतिगेहहीनम् अकिञ्चनीकृत्य पदाश्रितं यः करोति भिक्षुं पतिगेहहीनम् केनाप्यहो भीषण चौरायेद्रे दृष्टश्रुतो वा न जगत्त्रयेऽपि केनाप्यहो भीषण चौरायेद्रे दृष्टश्रुतो वा न जगत्त्रयेऽपि यदीयेनामपि हरति शेषं गिरिप्रसाराणपि पापराशिं यदीयेनामपि हरति शेषं गिरिप्रसाराणपि पापराशिम् आश्चर्यरूपो ननु चौरायेद्रे दृष्टश्रुतो वा न मया कदापि आश्चर्यरूपो ननु चौरायेद्रे दृष्टश्रुतो वा न मया कदापि धनं च मानं च तथेन्द्रियाणि प्राणांश्च हित्वा मम सर्वमेव धनं च मानं च तथेन्द्रियाणि प्राणांश्च हित्वा मम सर्वमेव पलायसे पुत्र धृतोऽद्य चौरा त्वां भक्तिदाम्नासि मय्या निरोधा पलायसे कुत्र धृतोऽद्य चौरा त्वां भक्तिदाम्नासि मया निरोधा हीनत्सि घोरं यमपाशबन्धं दीनत्सि भीमं भवपाशबन्धं हीनत्सि घोरं यमपाशबन्धं दीनत्सि भीमं भवपाशबन्धं हीनत्सि सर्वस्वसमस्तबन्धं नैवात्मनो भक्तकृतं तु बन्धं हीनत्सि सर्वस्वसमस्तबन्धं नैवात्मनो भक्तकृतं तु बन्धं मन्मानसे तामसराशि घोरे कारागृहे दुःखमये निबद्धा मन्मानसे तामसराशि घोरे कारागृहे दुःखमये निबद्धा लभस्व हे चौरा हरे चिराय स्वचौर्य दोषोचितम् एव दण्डम् लभस्व हे चौरा हरे चिराय स्वचौर्य दोषोचितम् एव दण्डम् नवनीत व्रजे प्रसिद्धं नवनीत चौरम Gopanganaam Chadukula Chauram Vraje Prasiddham Navanita Chauram Gopanganaam Chadukula Chauram Aneka Janmarjita Papa Chauram Chauragraganyam Purusham Namami Aneka Janmarjita Papa Chauram Chauragraganyam Purusham Namami Karagrahe Vastada Hridaye Madiye Madbhakti Pasha Drina Bandhana Nishchalhasan Twam Krishna He Pralaya Koti Shatantarepi Sarvasva Chaura Hridaya Nahi Mochayami Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. All praise to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji.
It was beautifully done.
Okay, let us continue our discussion. One is forbidden to observe the activities of a pure Vaishnava from a material point of view. For the neophyte, especially, considering a pure devotee from a material point of view is very injurious. Whenever a pure devotee acts, it is very difficult to understand the intention behind that. When we have material vision and when we try to judge them with our limited understanding, then we may get a wrong opinion about the pure devotee. So by knowing that the person's position and his activities, by the result of his activity, that is, the pure devotee makes the whole world into Krishna conscious. Whoever comes to them, they get the solution for all their spiritual problems. So by seeing these results, one must understand who is a pure devotee, and one should not measure them, or one should not judge them by the material vision. Those who would like to read can raise their hand. Sureshwar Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna. One should therefore avoid observing a pure devotee externally, but should try to see the internal features and understand how he is engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. In this way, one can avoid seeing the pure devotee from a material point of view, and thus one can gradually become a purified devotee himself. Shri Upadeshamrita, text 6, purport, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji.
An empowered person who is actually engaged in the confidential service of the Lord should not be treated as an ordinary human being. But it is for it is stated that unless one is empowered by Krishna, one cannot be spread the Krishna conscious movement all over the world. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
So Krishna Shakti vina hoy na parivartana. A pure devotee is spreading Krishna consciousness means he has been empowered by Lord Krishna himself. So we have no business in judging them. Muralidhar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. It is also an offense to consider an empowered Vaishnava an object of disciplinary action. It is offensive to try to give him advice or to correct him. One can distinguish between a neophyte Vaishnava and an advanced Vaishnava by their activities. Shri Upadeshamrita, text 6, purport. Prabhupada ki jai.
There. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Gita Kapoor Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, everyone. Dandat Pranam. In order to intelligently apply the sixfold loving reciprocations mentioned in the previous verse, one must select proper persons with careful discrimination. Srila Rupa Goswami therefore advises that we should meet with the Vaishnavas in an appropriate way, according to their particular status. Shri Upadeshamrit, text 5, purport. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
So with this, we have come to the conclusion of today's session. That is text number 5 and 6. So what we can understand, the glory of pure devotee of the Lord. A pure devotee, they are not conditioned souls like us. They will not fall into this material world because of their karma or bad association or some offenses. They are always liberated, and we should not try to find what karma is making them to behave or have some material vision, like whatever we can observe. Unless one is a devotee, one cannot see another devotee perfectly. So we can observe or we can identify, understand a pure devotee only if we have practiced Krishna consciousness and understood the principles of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, we will be only able to see them with a material vision. And one can distinguish between a neophyte Vaishnava and advanced Vaishnava by their activities. Observe their activities, what they are doing, what is the result of their activity. By this, we can make out who is a real Vaishnava. An advanced Vaishnava is always situated as the Guru, and a neophyte devotee is a disciple. And Guru and anybody, one should not imitate. That is, one should not imitate the position of a Uttama Adhikari. Then he will fall down from his position. The Guru must not be subjected to the advice of a disciple, nor should a Guru be obliged to take instructions from those who are not his disciples. So these are some of the points that we have learned today. If you have any questions with regards to today's session, you can raise your hand and ask the question. Yeah, Dipti Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful session. Prabhuji, sorry, I just missed to read the translation of Chaura Ashtakam. Just wanted to say.
You want to read Mataji?
Okay, sure, Prabhuji. Yes, we can, if time permits.
Yeah, after the question.
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandat Pranam.
Hare. So, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. There was a slide in text 5, that is characters of a Kanishta Adhikari. Kindly show me that particular slide once again.
Okay. You mean to say
the very first or second slide it was Kanishta Adhikari characteristics.
Archameva Hare, that shloka are you talking about? Okay, just I will show that.
Some 3-4 points I could not note down that before that.
Is this the shloka?
No, just before that, I suppose. Not shloka as such, the very first, when the beginning, no, before this. Kanishta, it must be the same. This is the one, I think.
Okay.
1 second, I'll just take this shloka because I want it.
This is the same shloka, Mataji. It is a part of one line. Krishneti yasya kiritam manasadriyata.
Okay, I thought no, these are different sentences. I remembered it that way. And Prabhuji, some doubts I have, that let me ask you those doubts. There is a question in the question bank, that is the characters of a Madhyamadhikari. There are 4 different characters. So we can only write about this Ishvara, Prema, Maitri, Daya, and Upeksha, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
4 characters of a Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyamadhikari. Yes. But we need not write. No, they are very well versed in that scriptures, but they cannot argue with earlier we studied all those things. They cannot argue with the people, those who are there. All those points we need not write, no?
You can give an additional point if based on the marks. If it is only 4 marks question, only 4 points are enough.
So this is a thing given. And coming to one question, that is the Nityananda Vamsha. So what we should give the literal meaning or what is expected to write? Literal meaning, people are generally thinking Nityananda means those who are the descendants of Nityananda and Advaita. They are supposed to be the Nityananda Vamsha. Or we should say that anybody who is following the principles of these two great exalted, how we can interpret that, Prabhuji?
No, that is Vamsha, no? Vamsha in the sense it is birth. By birth they have come. Claim that they are the only people who are eligible to take to this claim, to this Krishna consciousness. That is a concept. So that much is enough.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for the wonderful lecture. And we are about to finish. We are feeling so bad. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Radha Vallavi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
I wanted to echo the same thing, every Sunday we used to wait for this time, and it's like just one session left for us.
No, we will continue, Mataji. We will continue. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, this gives me a hope that you will be teaching us Bhakti Vaibhav then.
Yes, Mataji. If Krishna permits.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Okay, Deepti Mataji, please start.
Yes, Prabhuji, sure. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Translation. I offer my respectful obeisances to that foremost of thieves who is famous in Praja as the butter thief, and he who steals the gopis' clothes, and for those who take shelter of him steals the sins which have accrued over many lifetimes. I offer my respectful obeisances to the foremost of thieves who steals Srimati Radhika's heart, who steals the dark luster of a fresh rain cloud, and who steals all the sins and sufferings of those who take shelter of his feet.
Mataji, your
He
voice
turns
is
his surrendered
audible.
devotees into paupers and wandering homeless beggars.
Okay.
Alas, such a fearsome thief has never been seen or heard of in all the three worlds. Mere utterance of his name purges one of a mountain of sins. Such an astonishingly wonderful thief I have never seen or heard of anywhere. O thief, having stolen my wealth, my honor, my senses, my life, and my everything, where can you run to? I have caught you with the rope of my devotion. You cut the terrible noose of Yamaraj. You sever the dreadful noose of material existence, and you slash everyone's material bondage. But you are unable to cut the knot fastened by your own loving devotees. O stealer of my everything, O thief, today I have imprisoned you in the miserable prison house of my heart, which is very fearful due to the terrible darkness of my ignorance. And there, for a very long time, you will remain, receiving appropriate punishment for your crimes of thievery. O Krishna, thief of my everything, the noose of my devotion remaining forever tight, you will continue to reside in the prison house of my heart, because I will not release you for millions of aeons. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Wonderful. This is very wonderful translation.
Yes.
we keep reading. It will take us to another platform. A great realization.
Correct.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Even singing it every day, Prabhuji is very ecstatic.
Yes. Hare. Okay, if there are